But we should have no illusions about the current state of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The situation in the occupied Palestinian territory continues to deteriorate, and we have seen no progress towards realizing a two-state solution. This political stagnation is fueling tension, instability, and a deepening sense of hopelessness. Thank you, Mr. President. Members of the Security Council. We can no longer lurch from crisis to crisis. Our approach cannot be to address the current situation piecemeal, incident by incident, on a short-term, day-to-day basis, as stand-alone issues. A broader package of parallel steps by the government of Israel, the PA, and the international community is needed.
The Security Council will...
If the unlawful and peace-negating policies of Israel continue to be met with impunity, there should be no expectation of positive change. It is that simple. Israel pursues policies in violation of international law and of UN resolutions because it can. No tangible cost or consequence is attached. I would like to enter into the record of this meeting a report. This body may at some stage be forced to revisit its partition vote of 1947 and its historic endorsement of two states. And if that is not to happen, then far-reaching and long-delayed thinking and action are required.
For his briefing.
These fallacies must be dismantled. Volatile situations of injustice and oppression do not shrink. They expand and explode with disastrous consequences. Similarly, the delusion of imposing calm under siege and systemic aggression, particularly as in Gaza, is an oxymoron. For calm or security on the one hand and occupation or captivity on the other are antithetical and irreconcilable. Mr. President, esteemed members of the fallacy of confidence-building measures is misguided, since occupation breeds only contempt, distrust, resentment, and resistance. The oppressed cannot be brought to trust or accept handouts from their oppressor as an alternative to their right to freedom and justice.
Those who are leading these colonial policies are hoping to transform the international community into a bystander, or a silent witness, or at worst, a critical commentator. But the international community is an actor, and a decisive one, and must act as such.
Are you not embarrassed to speak about human rights? It is absolutely critical that this Council sends the clear message that peace will come when Palestinian Authority ceases to pay millions of dollars in salaries to terrorists and instead uses those funds to build medical centers, schools, and a vibrant private sector. Peace will come when Palestinian children are taught that their national heroes are scientists, inventors, and peace builders rather than terrorists whose only claim to fame is that they tried to kill Jews, which we hear at every debate on the dangers of failing to take action in the face of Iran's flagrant violations of its commitments cannot be overstated. Non-compliance is a contagious disease, especially in our region. Yet, seeing as Iran poses an existential threat to Israel, the State of Israel can never and will never allow Iran to become a nuclear threshold state. We will do whatever is necessary to stop Iran's nuclear drive and counter the threat from its armies of proxies along our borders and beyond our borders. Why not ask her to explain her criticism